Hi, hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video we're going to see how to create a film poster. Okay, so let us create a file. So let us add a rollers. Go to view and select the rollers, or you can press Ctrl R. So add the rollers from all the sides. It has to be in the same distance at the end, from the end. So this rollers help you to design your poster very attractively, because all the content should be inside these rollers, especially the text or the main subjects. Everything should be contained inside these rollers. Let us bring the first image. So this is my image, where I download some from the internet. You can get it images something like this as a stock images, like Pixabay or free pick from those websites. So in this website I'm going to select the hand and the knife, only the hand and the knife, using the object selection tool. If you want to select extra portion, you can use any other selection tools, like quick selection or any other tools, and you can zoom in and you can click on the add selection and you can select the portion. So once you've done that, click on layer mask. So next I'm going to add another image which is having something like blood drop kind of thing. This image, I'll scale it down. First remove the whiter part of that image. Apply the layer mask, and you can press Ctrl I for invert the mask. If it is the select, because I selected white color, so it will delete. If you mask, you will see only the white color. So if you need to invert the mask by pressing Ctrl I. Now scale it down and keep that drop near the point of the end point of the knife. Now select the mask, take the brush tool, erase the unwanted area. So whenever you're working on any detailing thing, zoom in and work, so you can work a bit accurately. Now place it properly. So play with the brush size. Okay, so now you can see it looks much good, right? It looks good. Now go to the layer bottom, click on the effects, click on the blending option. So here you can see underlying layer. Move that. If you hold Alt and click, it will split. Okay, you can blend with this with the underlying layer, that is below layer, which is our knife image. Okay, for the blood image is the top. For that one we are applying the blending option. So till now we have seen blend mode. This is blending option. Okay, this is a bit different compared to the blend modes. So you can blend with the same layer. You can also blend with the below layer by if you want to blend with the below layer, you need to drag with the play with the underlying layer, or else same layer, current layer. Okay, so next I have I have some another image which is related to the blood, very red color, something like this. So what I'm going to do is flip it and scale it down. Go to select option in the menu bar, click on color range. Here change to a red, or else you can change to highlight, which is the white color, which I'm going to do. Set the red, play with the range until all the white selection should be selected, or it should be highlighted. Other remaining color should become black. Now you can the selection has happened. Now click on the layer mask. Now press Ctrl I to invert the mask. So we have removed the white color. So now what you can do means, either you can do a clipping mask for the knife, or you can select hold Ctrl and click on the layer mask of the knife. It will select like this. Then take the brush tool, erase the unwanted part or the outer part, because I want this blade only inside the knife. Now I'll go to the blending option. Now play with this, hold Alt and click, it will split. like this. Okay, this looks good for me. Now I'll add one levels. I'll make a clipping mask of that, then adjust with the levels, give some contrast for that red color. So I'll add some curves also. I'll play with some curves, make it more darker. Okay, this looks good for me. So now I have fingerprint image, something like this. So hold shift and scale it from the top to bottom. Change the perspective of the fingerprint. Hold shift while scaling like this, or else it will scale in a uniform way. So we have to scale it in non-uniform way. So place it like this, press enter button. Now select the fingerprint layer, go to the effects in the bottom, place it first properly, save the file in between, because if you save the file you can access at any time. Now select the layer, go to the effects, click on color overlay, because as it is a PNG image we can use the color overlay and we can change the color. So whatever the color that we change, that color will be applied to there. So I use eyedropper tool when I'm selecting the color, because I require some red color which is matching to that blade color. My fingerprint color, it should match to the blade color. So I took this stock for image of a person from a pre-pic. So I'll pull it back, I'll add a hue and saturation. I'll decrease the saturation, I'll play with some lightness, and I'll add the levels. So I'll give some contrast with the levels. Now scale the image to fill the artboard. So this is good. Now I'll add the layer mask for the the person image, then erase in the edges like this using brush. Okay, this looks good. Now you can see the blade drop has gone, right? So go to the blending option of that. So remove the the underlying layer, that tag, we call it as tag. So bring it back. Okay, so you'll see the blade, right? So now play with the not the underlying layer, or the current layer, present layer. Okay, because there's some slight whiteness it was there, so to remove that we need to play there. I'm repeating, if you want to split the tag, hold alt and click. So now it is adjusted. Okay, select the knife image, increase some feather, because it was hard sharp edges, so that I increase some feather to look smooth. So if you want, you can rename the layers for your reference purpose. So I have another image which is a woman, silhouette of a woman, something like this. I'll select only the woman character from the object selection tool. So object selection tool, it will detect the color range and it will select, make a selection. So you need to use multiple selection tools to select accurate shape. Now I took the quick selection tool. I'll hold Alt button to deselect the unwanted part of the selection, something like this. If you hold Alt, it will be subtract selection. If you don't hold anything, it will be an add selection. Now apply the layer mask. Bring the domain and make her to stand above the fingerprint. So I'll resize I'll make it little more smaller. So this is enough. Now select both fingerprint and domain, bring it little more down. Now I'll add the levels. Okay, clipping mask. So you can make it give some contrast for the domain. You could make a little more darker, slight darker. Play with the levels until you get the result. Now select the mask of the levels. So I need some light in the right side edge. So that I'll take the brush tool. I'll take the black color on the mask. I'll just erase it. Okay, so the last images I'm using this background for a background purpose. This dark shade. Okay, first scale it, import and scale it. Bring this image layer to the bottom before the map. So now you can see, right? It looks good for me. Okay, now what you need to do means I'll select the knife and the hand image. I'll select only the hand by using object selection tool. Only the hand. If it is unwanted part, just remove that part. Using minus selection. So when you select any subject, then if you add any adjustment layer, that will work only for that selected area. See, now if I decrease the saturation, see, it is working only for that hand portion, not for the knife. Okay, so I don't want to decrease entire saturation. I'll increase slightly. I just wanted to decrease slightly, not too much. Now I'll add the levels. So I'll just hold Alt and bring out that mask to the levels. So it will copy paste same masking. So I'll just give some contrast for the hand. Now I'll select the mask of that image and erase the edge portion of the hand. Okay, this looks good for me. Okay, now let me add the title. So I have something in my mind, title like dead sign. So why I took the title means, as there's a fingerprint here, and this as it is going to be in a crime thriller genre. So I'll take that as a title. It looks catchy for me. So dead sign, SIGN. Okay, so first let me press Ctrl T, increase the size of this. That sign is going to be our movie title. Okay, so now we need to design we need to choose some good font for this. So come here. So as this is bit crime thriller, I need to take some very unique font which match to this poster or this kind of genres. Okay, so I have something called Safin Regular. This is the font name. So I'm using this as a movie title. Take so I'll make it a bit lighter color to look so it looks nice for me. If you want any download any fonts, you can come to Google and you can type Google fonts. Here where you can search different fonts here and you can download variety different kinds of fonts. Okay, and in the internet you can get many fonts from different website, but many of them are not for commercial use. So make sure if you're working for commercial or if you're working for personal, make sure of that. Okay, so this one I'm using as this is just for basic tutorial purpose. So this is my title. So I feel this looks really good. Okay, I don't want to change anything for this. This is the movie title. Suppose now if you want to add any director's name, all those kind of things, you can add it somewhere here. Okay, and you can add in the top whatever the things that you want. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do means whether you can add some for example you can come to the effects where you can add some different kind of things, like for example if you require, suppose if you're working as different movie poster, so at the time for example you can come here. There's something called bevel and emboss. What does this do means it will convert this your text into kind of 3D text. So there are some styles. Inner bevel, right now it is inner bevel, I'll change to outer bevel. So this is going to be outer bevel, so I'll decrease the depth for this slightly and size also. So you can give the softness, you can see here, right? So I'll just click OK. You can see the bevelness, right? So I'll double click and open here also. So you can increase the size, and you can here there's something called some graphs. These are the graphs which behaves for each thing will give you different outputs. Okay? It behaves differently. Like for example if I choose this, so it gives something very unique style. So each will have different variations. So if you want to do manually, you can come here, you can see the graph. You can manually change the things. Okay, you can give the curves like this. Okay, that's your wish. So now I'll change to inner bevel. Maximum time I'll use the inner bevel. As for this I'll go to depth, I'll increase so the size and the depth. Okay, and I'll decrease the softness. So you can see if you decrease the softness you will get something like this. You can choose whatever you want. Okay, and you can also change the light direction over here, see like this, and you can also change the color of the highlight and the shadow over here. Okay, that's all the things you can do. So that is about bevel and emboss. Whether if you want to turn it on, you can turn it off here. Now there's something called stroke. So what a stroke does, stroke is an outline, right? So you can also apply the stroke for the text like this. Apply the stroke. Let me choose some white color. You can see the white color in a stroke, right? You can increase the stroke size, so it will become stroke. Now you can see the stroke is increasing inside the text. So if you want to make it outside, change it to outside. Okay, like this. So if you want, you can use the stroke. And there's something called inner shadow. So if you want to give a shadow inside the text, so you can, at that time I'll just increase some opacity for this. Let me give some distance, and you can give some size. Let me decrease some size. So all those things you can also change, play here like this, which will give different variations. So you can see here it gives something really nice thing, right? Like this you can use this. Okay, let me change the base color to bit some like this here. See, so if you play with this all this kind of things, it looks really good. So I don't want the bevel and emboss, I'll keep only the inner shadow. See, this is you can use. So there's something called again, inner glow also. Let me choose some very lightish red color for this, and I'll increase opacity. I'll change screen to normal itself. Okay, so now you can see here, I'll increase size of the glowness. See, there's a glowness, can you see? Inner glow, right? If you increase the size, you can see the glowness. Okay, so all these things you can do. So I don't want the inner glow, I'll just turn it off. And there are different others, different, like stain. I'll just change to some different color to just to know. So you can say stain in this, like kind of dirty marks that you want to anywhere in the text, or in anything. So that way you can get it here. See, like this you can play with the distance, size, like this. All these things you can do. Let me choose some different dark color for this. Right, if I zoom out, let's see how it looks. Right, so it gives them some different kind of attraction. So color overlay is like if you want different color. Okay, right now if suppose if you're using any PNG image, for that you want to add some, you want to make it like a silhouette, or you want to make it add color. So at that time you can use this color overlay. Okay, so even this gray color also looks nice. See, this is a red color, but this is a color overlay which is overlaying on the my text. Okay, so okay, this gray color looks nice, right? So let me change this for the gray color. Let me change once again. So this looks nice to me. Let me change the inner this looks good actually, red sign, but the thing is the red was good. Something like this. So this is the stain and color overlay. Then there's a gradient only. If you want, like this, one side one color, but if you want to add to multiple color, then you can use the gradient overlay. Then there's something called pattern. So in the next video I'll show how to create your own patterns. Okay, you can use different patterns if you want. Then there's the outer glow. So this is a, if you want outer glow, let me change to red color. See, like this. So decrease the size if you want something like neon effect, something like this. Okay, you can see the text. If you want, you can keep it. So for me, I don't want it. I'll just turn it off. If you want to add drop shadow, you can add a drop shadow. So shadow maximum time it will be in the black color. So you can see, you can also play here the shadow. Okay, right here. So I don't want the shadow also. I just keep inner shadow and stain. So this looks good for me. Okay, so like this you can use these effects. Okay, so in the earlier we saw the blending option also. We blended this little bit blend on the knife, right? So like this you can work on this. So understood now how to create a posters. So that's all from this video. We'll see next more on next video. Thank you.